front and be like, what could we have been if the injuries weren't there? But you got to do what you got to do every week. And if you have injuries, the next people have to step up. And then again, I'm not saying we shouldn't draft a quarterback because I definitely think we should have. But I think week 1 next year, Brissett should be our starter. We draft a QB, develop a quarterback under Brissett.
And I understand that because that's why I think Brissett isn't that bad.
Facts.
He was under Tom Brady for a minute.
And luck.
Yeah, so when you're under a quarterback, you really do learn. So I have no problem with them drafting some. I'm not saying fire him right now because there's no point.
Start a rookie. No.
There's no point. Don't do it. Don't do it because you're not going to get that jump. You're not going to get Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
So you got to be able. I just feel like if that's what they've been talking about, getting a new quarterback, okay, that's fine.
I definitely think
for right now, keep Brissett because he's not going. It's not like he's gonna go out there and throw 80 picks. He's not gonna go out there and fumble 100 times. He's gonna go out there. He's gonna make it happen.
Now he threw the pick 6 against Oakland that lost us this game, and then you threw the pick after the Titans blocked the field goal out on a drive. So he has had the two picks to lose games for us this year. But I think Brissett should be our starter next year, and something we'll probably definitely talk about a lot on this podcast moving forward.
And it just takes time too.
Yeah,
it takes time to develop, especially in the NFL.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's take a look at the Pacers.
Let's go. They're playing right now. Actually, they were winning.
Pacers spotlight. They winning?
Yep.
All right. What's the score? Tell the world.
I know at the end of the first they were up 5. That was 9 minutes ago. T.J. Warren has 8 points.
All right.
He's boss. But I want to say the game against the Sixers the other night.
That was some nonsense,
dude. The end of that game. Let me pull it up. The end of that game, they gave it to the Sixers. It was ridiculous. So here's the game by the play-by-play. So T.J. Warren makes 3 free throws to put him up 1. Tobias Harris turns it over to Miles Turner. The Pacers on the next possession, T.J. Warren turned it over back to the Sixers. Then Tobias Harris makes a one-foot dunk.
Mm-hmm.
The Sixers up 1. Pacers call timeout. On the inbounds, Jeremy Lamb turns it over. Typical Pacers inbound late game. They can't ever put the ball in. I don't understand. Turnover. Tobias Harris gets fouled. Sixers up 3 now. And then to the end of the game, they missed the game winning. So late game turnovers for the Pacers against Sixers costed us a dub. I think we played really, really well. The night before we beat the Hawks in OT.
Yeah.
So we're coming off but to be fair, the Sixers had also played a game the night before. But you love to see the energy, the way we played against the Sixers on the road, off a back-to-back. T.J. Warren, 29 points, hit all 4 threes, and then Brogdon dropped 28. But you really wanted to see them come out with that W 100%.
I hate to say this because I've heard this from too many other people, but it's going to sound like a broken record. That's the saying I'm saying. I hate hearing saying it's going to sound like a broken record, but it really is going to sound like a broken record. We got to make it happen in the paint, man, because you look at, like, Miles Turner, the man only had 3 points. And then you look at Joel Embiid, he was going crazy.
Yeah, Joel Embiid fries us every
32 points.
Yeah.
And I know Joel Embiid isn't a bad basketball player, but still, we got to make that happen against.
And one thing about Miles Turner is it's unfortunate as a Pacers fan, but Miles Turner down low on the block in the paint, that's not his game. That's more of a Sabonis type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then another thing about Miles Turner is that has a bunch of the Pacers fans like questioning is after that game he deleted his Instagram and his Twitter. It was weird. So he's getting off social media.
Yeah. I
don't know why, but maybe it'll help him. That's a different topic we can actually talk about in another podcast, social media and athletes.
Hey, that's it can affect anybody,
100%.
Not just athletes. It can affect the student.
Oh, yeah.
It can affect social media is a whole different game.
But after the game, he deleted all social media, so we'll see what that's about. But the Pacers, they were home for 4 games. Now they're on a 5-game road trip. Like I said, they're playing Memphis tonight. They go to OKC. They go again to the Pistons, the last time they'll play this season, and then to the Knicks. So we'll see how it goes.
Yep, and I'm excited, man, because they really still aren't doing bad on the season.
Oh, no.
Like, they're 12-7.
You know
People
what?
did not think they would have. If you would have told anybody before the season, Victor Oladipo is going to get hurt, they're going to be like, oh, well, then the Pacers going to be trash then.
Yep. And then we start out 0-3, and then, but.
One thing you kept saying, though, when they started 0-3, is, hey, man, it's basketball. Just the beginning of the
season. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
And that's something that, it's not football. You got a little bit more margin for error when it comes to basketball. You can lose a couple more games just because you play a lot more.
And I'm calling it. You heard it here first. We will see Vic on the court by the end of this month.
All right, now it's for the Indianapolis Colts.
Dude, the last couple weeks, I'm gonna
that's
go back
how I
and
feel
listen.
too.
As soon as you introduce the Colts corner at the end of the podcast, I always go, man.
Yeah, man, that's a shame. If any
4 and
Colts
5.
people are listening to us, did you just hear what he just said? Every time I announce the Colts that we about to talk about the Colts, he does say,
oh man,
because you guys, come on, man.
They've lost 4 or 5. They fell again
to
the Titans. You know why? A lot of reasons, but kicking special team struggles once again. Adam Vinatieri missed a 55-yarder. The 52-yarder got blocked because it was super low kick, and then another field goal got blocked, and that one.
You know where
what I
didn't like to see. What I didn't like to see is how, because your defense has got to be there, and they got to continue to stop people.
Yep.
And when you look at the stats, man, Derrick Henry should not have 150 rushing yards.
Right.
Ryan Tannehill shouldn't have 182 passing yards. That means they were doing everything on you.
Yep.
They were doing everything. They were running. They were passing. And then Baylee just said that special teams was a problem too. So they were firing on all cylinders.
Beat you on all 3
What's
phases.
going on?
Yep. And the defense looked amazing in the first half. They sacked the man 5 times, and they got 2 forced fumbles. One was a Derrick Henry first play of the game. Another one was a Bobby Okereke strip sack on Tannehill, and the Colts recovered both of those fumbles. So you want your offense to answer on the other end, but you got football is 4 quarters.
Yeah.
You can't do good in the first half. You got to do good in the second half, and that's not what our defense did.
And another thing is you're at home. Win those home games
against the divisional Titans, a team that the Titans
because
always
what you're doing when you lose 31-17 to the Titans in Indianapolis, what you're doing is. Oh, well, here, y'all could take the playoffs away from us. We don't need them.
Dude, and so we were up 17-7 in the third, and then you look up and you're down 31-17. After the blocked field goal, they even talked about it on which
was broadcast. Some nonsense. I hated the blocked field goal too. But
they talked about it on the broadcast. So many people left, and then the next play, we're tied up 24-24. We still have it, or 17-24, I believe it was. We still have. Actually, I think I got that final score wrong. I think we had 24 points, but it was 24-24.
Are you talking what quarter?
After that blocked field goal, it was tied, I think, or something. And then Jacoby Brissett threw a pick. Bunch of more people left. So everyone just gave up on the Colts. It sucked as a fan base to see, but the Colts they let that go
tied.
at the end.
I think it was 17 up at the time.
Yeah, the Colts just let that one go at the end. It's so frustrating. You went from 17-7. We're up 10. To literally 5 plays, we're down 2 scores ball game. So much stuff happened at the end. Then Brissett's late game mistakes, the INT after the block, and then he threw 2 picks in the final 2 drives. Stupid passes. One was he overthrew one player, and the other one threw a dude in triple coverage. What do you expect? So boneheaded plays. But hey, we're not 100% out of the playoffs yet. We can still make it.
They keep playing. That's going to happen. They got to quit playing, man. Because let me explain something to you guys, man. And I'm talking to the Colts. I'm not talking to anybody else right now, so nobody else. You can't keep giving up these games.
Yep.
You can't keep giving up important games like that because it's getting down to the nitty-gritty. You about to start playing good teams in a minute. You got the Buccaneers next, who that isn't anybody. But then you got the Saints.
Hey, the Bucs are kind of rolling.
You got the Saints.
Monday Night Football. On the road.
That's a good team. You got the Panthers. That's a decent team. You got the Jags.
Yep.
So, you guys we got to get it. We got to get it right. I hope you guys can just win out, though. Please beat the Buccaneers, Saints,
for the
Panthers,
playoffs. We got to win out. 3 out of the 4 away from home. Then we need the Titans to lose 2 and Steelers to lose 2. The 2 games I see the Steelers potentially losing. They play Buffalo and they play Baltimore, so that can happen. And the Titans, they play the Texans twice in 3 weeks. So they can definitely lose those 2. So the Colts are there, but the thing is we have to win out, and that's the thing. We got to win out all 4 of the games. So I don't know. This playoff chances are definitely looking slim, but they're not at 0. So
yeah, they're not at 0. So as long as it's not at 0, man,
there's a chance.
I got faith in you. So come on, let's make it happen. But yeah, man, that's all we got for you today. Chop It Up the podcast.
It was a longer one after break.
Yeah, hey man, there's been a lot of stuff going on.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, you guys can catch us everywhere now. We just got accepted on our final platform, iHeartRadio.
I know they listened. Shout out.
Soon as it, oh yeah, that's what I've been meaning to tell you guys. Thank you, because I know you guys listen. Because I told y'all on the last episode that you guys needed to add us on there, and you guys
had to do the Get 'Em Out segment for iHeartRadio.
As soon as you guys added us, I had to go ahead and text Baylee like, "Hey man, we on
iHeart.
iHeart
Screenshot
now.
Of it or something.
Yeah, man,
that was awesome.
So yeah, check us out on everything: iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Man,
shout out to you
Google.
if you're listening at the end of this podcast too. If you're listening, shout out. I know you're smiling right now because we're talking about you. Shout out
for sure. Google Podcasts, man, all that. If you can catch us everywhere, so go ahead, download. And this is another thing, give us ratings, man, because I seen that we got a couple of ratings on Apple Podcasts, and they were all 5 stars. So continue to give us ratings, continue to listen.
And we say it at the end. If you have something you want to say, post it, email. We'll talk about it. We'll get you guys involved.
ChopItUpThePodcast@gmail.com. Y'all can hit us up any day. Yep. I'm probably going to get back to you that day because it's going to come right to my phone like a text message.
Oh, we finally got one. Let's answer him. So I know how it goes.
Yeah, man. But all right, man. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Anything else you got to say to the people, Baylee?
Just happy to be back. We got 2 weeks left, and then we're on break. So
yes, sir. So you can catch us again on Friday at noon. So, yeah, man, it's Chop It Up the Podcast. I'm Amere Dozier alongside my partner, Baylee Chamberlain, and we about to get out of here. Peace.